Analysis of perfect competition and monopoly has two key implications. One implication is that price is higher when the industry is a monopoly than when it is perfectly competitive. The second implication follows from the first. Since price is higher in monopoly, quantity is lower when the industry is a monopoly than when it is perfectly competitive. This graph illustrates the differences. The graph shows the cost curves for monopoly and the market demand curve for the product. Our first task is to identify the price and quantity that occur when the industry is a monopoly. Since the monopoly is the only seller, the demand curve facing the monopoly is the demand curve for the product. Since the demand curve for the product follows the law of demand, it has a negative slope, and the marginal revenue curve facing the monopoly is always below the demand curve. Therefore, when a monopoly maximizes profit, the industry produces Qmax because marginal revenue equals marginal cost when the firm produces Qmax, and the monopoly price is greater than marginal cost when the firm produces Qmax. Our second task is to identify the price and quantity that occur when the industry is perfectly competitive. To identify this price and quantity, we use a key finding from our analysis of perfectly competitive firms. We learned that competitive firms maximize profit by producing the output that makes price equal marginal cost. Therefore, point G, the intersection of the marginal cost and demand curves, determines the price and quantity that occur when the industry is perfectly competitive. This means that when the industry is competitive and all firms maximize profit, the industry produces QPC because price equals marginal cost when the industry produces QPC, and the market price, PPC, equals marginal cost when the industry produces QPC. The graph reveals that the monopoly output, Qmax, is less than QPC, the output produced in the competitive industry, and that the monopoly price is greater than PPC, the market price in the competitive industry. These differences are logical. When a monopoly maximizes profit, price exceeds marginal revenue, and marginal revenue equals marginal cost. When a competitive firm maximizes profit, price and marginal revenue are identical, and they equal marginal cost. Since price exceeds marginal cost for monopoly, and price equals marginal cost for a competitive firm, price is higher when the industry is a monopoly. By the law of demand, the quantity demanded is lower for the monopoly because its price is higher. Perfect competition and monopoly differ in at least two other ways besides price and quantity. A third difference is that the average total cost is usually higher when the industry is a monopoly. Entry and exit force every perfect competitor to produce the quantity that minimizes average total cost in the long run. The monopoly quantity makes marginal cost equal marginal revenue. This quantity may be less than or more than the quantity that minimizes average total cost. The fourth difference is that profit is usually higher when the industry is a monopoly. Entry and exit force economic profit to zero for perfect competitors in the long run. Barriers to entry mean that a monopoly's ability to earn a positive economic profit may persist in the long run.